Hey, good afternoon, my friends. You've got Steve here on a Sunday evening. Running a little errand. Returning a movie to the library. About a mile and a half away. So it is October the 2nd, and just came out of a week of not running since Monday. Had a nice quiet day off by myself to have some reflection time. And it was a little over 5 miles, and it's just been cold and wet the rest of the week, and the opportunity just hasn't really come, or I haven't made it. Yesterday I was at the Paul Short Cross Country Invitational meet at Lehigh University. And watched 3 rounds. So that's 6 meets, or 6 races. The open, the gold, and white, both male and female. So it was a cool and cloudy day, but no rain until late after all the races. So the course was wet, but not a slush fest. I met some interesting people there. Had a guy who was just up to watch, who wasn't there to see anybody. Individually. And so he was there to actually cheer on Navy. He now lives in this area, but he used to coach Navy pole vaulting, of all things. So I had a nice chat with him. His name was Jim. And then for the next race, there was a couple there who was there to see their daughter run for University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And they had a 4-month-old Dalmatian with them, and everybody wanted to, of course, pet the puppy. But the husband works for the State Department, and he was all bandaged up. He has had 2 brain cancer surgeries. It doesn't sound like his outlooks are great long term. But they were an interesting couple to talk with, and nice folks. Nice folks to meet. So running events, I think, are great events to get to know people, or to meet people. I don't know about you get to know them so much, but at least to meet them. Wednesday afternoon, I stopped over at the high school and watched boys and girls cross country there. Alright, I'm on a noisier road. Let me pick back up in a little bit. Okay, Steve here in a quieter spot. Just dropped the movie off at the library. By the way, the errand I was running was dropping off the original Magnificent Seven. Since there's a new one out, thought I would see the old one before seeing the revamped version. There's corniness, poorly acted in today's standards. So I think it'll probably be an improvement. The new one with Denzel Washington, and I don't know who else. Other stars I've seen, but I can't think of them right now. All right, well, let's see. I was talking about Wednesday's Quakertown Panthers cross-country meet against the dreaded North Penn. North Penn is, who knows how many times larger than Quakertown. Let's see, I've been running at a pretty good pace here. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit at the 4th Street Park. Yeah, it felt good, but I know it's much faster than I'm normally running. So I'll check out the splits later. So North Penn is a very big high school over on the edge of Lansdale, and our swim team swims against their JV team and gets kicked royally. So we probably still got kicked royally, but we had the fastest runner in the race, and that's most fun. There. I got Quakertown youth. So, let's see. If I remember correctly, his winning time for, I think they do a 5K, was 16 something. I should have it here somewhere. Oh well, I won't look it up. Running by a refrigerated train boxcar. Evidently it's keeping something cool. There's another one back here. You can smell the diesel. Interesting. So the fella's name who won the race, probably won by 50 meters. His name was Hudson. And then everything after that for a while was North Penn. Now yesterday at the Paul Short, I think the men run 8K and the women run 6K. So it's roughly just shy of 5 miles for the guys and by 3.8 for the girls, something like that. And I don't remember the schools. I think the winning time was 23:15 for 8K. That's fast. No noted names, like no notoriety. I was there one year when Dartmouth standout Abby D'Agostino smoked the course and everybody in it. Fall baseball practice, or maybe even a game. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, not much else to describe the week other than wet and cool. We had, let's see, I think we had 1.5 inches in the rain gauge. I haven't emptied it since that. Maybe we've gotten another 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Some places down in Delaware got 10 to 12 inches. Yikes. So the school that Rebecca, Wayne's fiance, teaches in was closed on Friday because of flooding. Wayne played piano in a wedding this weekend. Kevin, the recessional, was All You Need Is Love. Yes, that All You Need Is Love. All You need is love. Oh, I guess all I need is a... Huh. Maybe.
Well, someone ran it over.
Oh, I see. A shovel works too. Not sure how I'd know that. Okay. So the police are across the street in the parking lot. And I guess they finished off the groundhog. Probably didn't need their power that they had. I'd have a deer taken care of that way. The deer was about to, the police officer thought he was going to jump through my window. So it had already been hit. And so that put it out of its misery. Today we had the honor of celebrating the 90th birthday. One of our church members, Carl Flickner, he and his first wife spent 39 years in India planting churches. And his first wife passed away about 5 years ago. Complications from Alzheimer's. And he's since remarried. A widow of a former pastor of the church. And she's probably in her mid-80s. All things in perspective, they're doing pretty well. Carl's memory isn't as sharp, and we need to talk to him about stopping visitation of shut-ins, because he gets confused on his way back a couple times. Sorry about that, they haven't outlawed noisy mufflers here yet. If I were in charge, And in 2 months' time, we will celebrate the 100th anniversary. No, I'm sorry, 100th birthday of one Dorothy Mann. All things considered, oh my, these folks are in great shape. She stopped driving about a year ago at 98. Her hearing is just fine. Maybe not perfect. I'd say decent. All right, running up to Broad Street. I'll pause here till I get on the other side. All right, running away from Broad Street, down 3rd. So, Dot never married. Don't know if there was ever a romance in her life, but unwed all these years. Lives in her own home. I don't know if she still walks regularly, but she uses a cane just to steady her, and she will ask for help when she knows she needs it. Of course, when I had my heart attack, all she did was ask about me. Swinging on to Juniper. And back on to 3rd. Thud. Like a thud. Margie is visiting her mom and Anna went with her boyfriend to youth group. At Ye Old Hilltown Baptist. There's a bridge, just a small, little cement pipe type bridge between, on the way to Margie's parents. So they're a mile and a half away from us, but let's see, 6 mile loop, so it'll be a 4.5 mile drive to their place. Beginning tomorrow, for who knows how long. I was wondering if any of you have ever studied a video of yourself running. Nicholas Romanoff advises give a true picture of your running form. Is to run, capture about 20 meters. And see where you line up, that kind of thing. So just curious if anyone else has done that. cruising down the avenue, Park Avenue. The photographers will do something. And you will find that you're on the road to grandeur. I could write a sonnet. Of a horse with you on it. And you'll be the silliest couple in the Easter parade. Something like that. Good old Fred Astaire and Judy Garland. Didn't know if it would be dark. It's been so dreary, it seems like it's always dark. I wasn't sure if it was going to get dark. I guess that would be after 6. And I took off around 5:30. Anyway, so I'm wearing a nice bright jacket with a reflective vest and a blinking light should I need it, but I don't need it. Alright, home stretch onto Front Street. Cross the bridge to Station Road. Go from a street to a road. Back. It'll be time to take my doses of medicine. Maybe I'll take them closer to bedtime. So that way, if any of that old nausea hits, I'll sleep right through it. I don't know. I don't know if it works that way. So today is October 2nd. Nine months and a day past the event. I tried to watch that show. I don't think it lasted more than a season. Seemed like something created by the makers of Lost. I wasn't sure I would need my scoosh band today, but I brought it just in case. And there, it has been used. I hope Cindy Field is doing all right these days. Trying to think of the correct term for reffing soccer. Officiating. There we go. Officiating soccer. She really loves soccer. Haven't seen her post too much. Not about running or biking, but I've seen occasional posts. But then I don't know, some days I just skip all the Facebook watching. Running around the puddles. Ooh, just frightened 4 deer. How good they stopped heading toward the road. That wouldn't end so well. Chances are they might not anyway, but not 4 at once. Talking to a fellow at church who taking his son hunting. They call it mentored hunting. I love the idea. So the child never touches the gun until it's time to take a shot. So that way they get practice on. Ooh, you heard those brakes screech? Didn't hear any thuds. That's good. Yeah, I guess they practice on 22s, and then they go out with a rifle that is lighter than the dad shoots. Don't know my rifles. So he was saying that, oh yeah, bow hunting season is opening up, and I said, oh, I was over at Nakamixon and they're already bow hunting there. So evidently, just depends on where you are in the state. Different things open up at different times. Probably because he's talking about a rural area where maybe the population isn't so out of whack compared to its urban or suburban environment. So it could be why things begin here a little earlier. A little gravel here, the edge of the parking lot where it's most level. Yeah, somebody posted one of those. The alarm goes off at 3:30. First of all, 3:30, really? I don't think I've done that for a run ever. And she said, whoever it was, hard to force yourself out of bed, but never sorry for a run. I'm still trying to get over that 3:30 alarm. My body clock goes off at 3:30. I just say, no thanks. To the starting line.
Looks like we have arrived at your destination. Your activity is now complete. Workout summary. Total time.
For some reason,
3 minutes 52.
not my run.
Total distance.
Yeah, pause, hold to finish. Then if I
Average pace.
don't finish,
Minutes
it assumes I just paused.
per mile. I think you're doing great.
Crazy thing. Well, I ran close to 4 miles. One says 3.9 something, one says 4.06. So we'll title this as notes back into it after a wet week. Alright, well, so now I can post that and save the workout and save the workout, save the world. Oh, I'm silly today. Let's see. Why am I silly today? I didn't have sugar. I didn't have alcohol. Don't know. It's just giddiness after a run, after being off all week. We'll say that. So, nice run this evening. And if I take care of my legs tonight, maybe I'll get a run in the morning. Out in the dock. Not sure what the weather holds. So we've got a little bit warmer week ahead of us. 60s to 70-ish. Not sure how high into the 70s, but we had some days it only got up to 55, and that's fine. We had some mornings where it's down to 41. I might have run on one of those. So we'll see. I cannot run tomorrow night. I have an elder meeting. So to be there to take notes. It runs from 7 until, we'll be generous, we'll say 9, really 10. I feel like I feel a little sprinkled, but it could be. Oops. Hey, sorry, we're done. It could just be sweat dripping off of my back. I don't know. I don't know what the forecast is, but chance of rain. Not going away anytime soon. So now the grass will grow again. Seems like I always have to do a good mowing before Thanksgiving. I think last year I didn't get it done till, I don't know, after Christmas. It's kind of silly. It was so warm last Christmas. And people were running in shorts on Christmas Eve. All right, well, it's been a pleasure to be out here with you all, and I will post this as soon as possible now that I've figured out how to do it straight on my phone. Even the longer posts using the studio app. And I hope to be catching up on podcasts also. So, trying to get several good things done for me. I'm going through a book right now called Know Your Strengths, and it was a borrowed book. So it has a strengths assessment test, but can only use the code once. So I had to buy a newer version of the book. Took the assessment to say, what are your strengths? And it lists the top 5. You could probably pay a little more money to find out more details. So I'm just going through the assessed strengths. Number 1 was empathy. So, there's Margie coming back from her. Oops, guess we need to get those brakes looked at. Coming back from her mom's. All right, everybody. The car passes, the boy crosses the street, and he says farewell.